Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint. I was going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said, and of course, that's my brother, so if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff, I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. And I might get some more information out of Mace from there, but for me to tell you how Puff act and all that, I don't know. I never was signed to him.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that I was like, who booked me for this joint?
All right.
I'll be sitting around watching Diddy and all that. Yeah,
thanks.
Come on, man.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you. They invited me on the.
Okay, so if you guys have not already seen, Camron was invited to CNN, and apparently he was invited to just give his take on the Diddy video that surfaced. The Diddy video that happened where he got into some drama with Cassie at a hotel and was actually assaulting her. So it was all of that stuff that surfaced, and I guess in hindsight, they probably wish that they would have booked Mace, or maybe they tried to book Mace and they were unable to. And since they were unable to actually book Mace, who, it would have made a little bit more sense for them to book based off of, we already know, like all through the 90s, it's Diddy and Mace. He was signed to him. They were very close. They had a close-knit relationship. I guess, they were trying to book him, were unable to book him, ended up booking Camron, being that Camron and Mace have a podcast together. I don't know if somebody at CNN did not do their research. I don't know if somebody didn't find out the backstory. I don't know if they figured that because Camron is cool with Mace and Mace used to be cool with Diddy, that they could just use Camron to be the caveat to have certain conversations. I'm not really sure what the initial thought process was when they were booking Camron, but basically he went on CNN and he expressed, in my personal opinion, in the first clip, he let everybody know what it was. He drank, he promoted his brand and drank something from his own brand. And he also was able to talk about the show, also bring traffic possibly to the show by saying, hey, I don't have any information. I'm not the right person for you to ask. I don't know anything further. Basically was alluding to the fact that he did not want to further the conversation. And instead of the interview cutting off there, the interviewer who, is just doing her job is asking now an additional question about the matter. And basically that's when things escalated. That's when he like, who this girl who booked me? Who is this? Why she asked me this stuff? I don't want to talk about this. It kind of went left. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it and my personal feelings and why I even brought it to you guys to talk about. But he did release, this part of the conversation expressing himself and explaining why, he reacted in the manner that he did. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. And again, then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the entire thing and also explain to you why I even brought this video to you guys.
To talk about what's going on with Diddy and all that. And then my thing about it was, Mace, is that they didn't invite me on to say about how successful our show is or the positive stuff we do in the community, how every day, 5 days a week, Mace talks to kids on a Zoom call. Mace doesn't even promote this. I'm going to promote this for Mace. Is that every day at 5 o'clock, it don't matter what's going on, what's happening, where he's at. It could be money involved. It could be a photo shoot. It could be whatever. He stops what he's doing to talk to kids around the world about being positive and doing what they believe in and so on and so forth. And to the point where, one day he was at my house and he told me, Cam, you can't make no noise. Don't come here. I'm not playing with you. Like, that's how serious, no, but seriously, that's how serious he takes what he does. And we do all these positive things. And you call me on CNN for the bullshit, I'm going to give you the bullshit. That's just what's going to happen. So we got some free promo. I teased the Pink Horsepower. They tried to bring up when Mace bought me the Biggie instead of Puff, and I said, yeah, if you seen it, what you asking me about it for? Like, nigga, it was self-explanatory. So I got us some free promo. I didn't get the shout out to Dipset Couture. Make sure you go online to dipsetcouture.us to order some shirts and everything else. But yeah, I just felt that you try to use me, pause, to whatever Diddy going through to down him. And listen, the video, I don't support it. I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't believe in anything that has to do with being a pedophile. I don't believe in sex trafficking. I think what I seen in the video was egregious, and the charges are fucked up. They're really fucked up. Oh, wait, but nigga, I said what I said. I gave a disclaimer at the beginning. Then we got on the commercial. That was that. So that's how that went yesterday, man. I don't know why they didn't watch 60 Minutes. They didn't watch Bill O'Reilly.
So basically, Camron is making it known, because there was a lot of speculation when he went to the interview in the comment sections. There was a lot of speculation on, did he not know that they were going to ask these questions? Did he, was he a victim of like the bait and switch, where he went there and he thought they were going to be talking about something else or talking about his brand, and then they just switched the conversation. There was a lot of, controversy around that. And so basically he cleared that up. He let it be known that yes, he did know. He was aware that they were going to be talking about that. He stated his claim. He let it be known what it was. He said what he said. And I guess in what he's saying is that he thought that after mentioning his own show and after drinking the drink and promoting the drink, that was going to be the end of the conversation. And again, as we saw on the video, that's not how it went. Okay. And again, when it comes to somebody who is an interviewer who's working for like a news station, it is their job to push and pull and pry to get information out, because it's live on air, right? Like, they want to make sure that they are, cultivating the right experience for their viewers so that they're able to watch it and understand or gain more knowledge of whatever situation is going on. Now, the reason why I personally brought this conversation to you guys, because you know that I leave things, I like to only necessarily talk about things that are based off of the relationship sector or holding women accountable. And when I saw this video all over line, when I went into the comment section, one thing that I thought that was very, very interesting is that the comment section was full of women condemning Camron, saying all kinds of crazy things about him in the comment section. Oh, he too old for this nonsense. Oh, he put the community back, so many steps. This is crazy. I can't believe he would do that. He embarrassed a black woman on national television. I can't believe he would do that. This is a hot ghetto mess. Like, all of this commentary was coming from a lot of different women in the comment section. And I kind of was like, well, wait a minute. You feel that this conversation that Camron had, based off of the conversation that's being had about Diddy and all the things that happened in the video and all that, you think that the way that he portrayed or behaved, that portrayed himself on CNN affected the entire community, but all of these women who were saying these negative things about Camron, you guys don't feel anything about the way that a lot of these other women are portraying you as a woman in the media? I'm confused. I'm confused. I think it's very interesting because in my personal opinion, right? This is my personal opinion. And let me just start off by saying this. I think that when Camron went on air, I think that there was a point of him having the conversation and saying what he says and just leaving it there. But then I do believe that as you know, she asked the additional question, you know, I believe, you know, who is this girl? Who's her agent? Who's this? I think it went from not only just being, you know, crossing a certain line of unprofessionalism, of course. It definitely went to like the paid in full version, right? Like it was way more street. It wasn't even just like, you know, the regular, I'm just going to say this or I'm just going to have this opinion. It actually crossed, you know, like all over those lines. But however, I want us to make mention of this important factor. When men do things outside or in public, men represent themselves. When women do things out in public, they represent the leadership of their man, okay? Or the inability thereof, right? So, for example, if somebody goes to a grocery store and they see a man acting a fool and his wife is there, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for his wife. When a woman goes somewhere and she acts irate, they're going to say, oh my gosh, that man had no control of the situation. That's the same exact situation that's happening here on the platform. Camron is doing something and you have all these women running to this other woman's aid. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that. Oh, he humiliated her. She's doing her job. Okay? Whether he act the fool, whether he answer her questions directly, she's still getting a check. She's still getting paid. There's nothing humiliating about it. There's not people who are looking at the television when he was on there and saying, I'm so embarrassed for her. They're not doing that. They're going to, if there's any backlash, it's going to fall directly on him, which we've seen. Again, my question is, why is it that when there are women in these spaces, we do not see those same women in the comment section who have the energy for Camron having that same exact energy for all of these other women? When Sukiyana is on certain platforms and saying all kind of foolishness, and when she was on, you know, Bobby, that girl show and representing womanhood and womanhood and trying to tell her what it is to be a black woman as if she's a spokesperson, nobody said anything. Nobody cared. Women are like, oh, too bad. Y'all just boring. Y'all don't know how to have fun. Oh, I love that she is who she is. When Sexy Red is out here and she, you know, saying all kinds of, you know, egregious things, acting a fool, saying all kind of stuff, you know, when she's going to the schools and trying to, you know, perform for the kids, influence the kids. Oh, well, they know who she is and that's just what it is and people just got to get over it. So what is it? Is it that you stand for principles and you stand for structure and you stand for professionalism and you stand for truth? Or do you only stand with women as long as, you know, they're in a certain space? When it's a man who is doing something, you only have the strength or the energy for him. But when it's a woman who does something, a lot of other women decide to have excuses for those women instead of holding them accountable the same way that they do men. And again, but these are the same women who complain that there's a double standard. These are the same women who are going to complain that it's not fair. I don't get it. And I'm going to say this again. Do I think him going on this platform and saying all these things? I think that there was a space, you know, he did what he wanted to do. He promoted the show. I'm going to be honest with you. I would have never known that CNN asked Camron to be on their show if this whole thing did not go viral. I would have never known. I'm going to be honest with you. So a part of the marketing obviously worked because I would have never even seen the clip. I would have never heard about it. I would have never known. He did his marketing thing. You know, he obviously brought traffic back to the show for people to watch because now people are going to, you know, want to know what he says. I don't know if that's what it was. If he went on there and decided, hey, I'm going to drive traffic to my show. I'm going to use this as a marketing opportunity. I'm going to behave, you know, in this manner or say whatever I want to say just to be able to do so. I'm not sure the full intent. He said he gave us a piece of it. He let us know what it was. I'm just saying. But one thing that I can say is that the same way that he had this conversation and spoke so highly of Mace and spoke, you know, in the ways and gave us intricate details of the things that Mace is actually doing, I think that being on CNN, that would have been an amazing opportunity for him to have done so on such a big platform. I think that also would have been amazing. Yes, he did drive traffic, but for the people who are not going to tune in and for the people who are just going to form their opinions just based off of what you did on CNN, I think that would have been an amazing opportunity to talk about or to bring, you know, to light the things that are happening between the two of them or the mentorship that Mace is doing. I think that would have been an amazing opportunity. However, staying on topic, and again, doing what I do, which is exposing certain behaviors and again, holding women accountable as a woman, I just found it very interesting that a lot of these women, again, had all of this stuff to say about Camron, about why he's saying this, about what he's doing, about how he acted, about how ghetto it was and how ratchet it was. But when we literally see the epitome of ratchetness being displayed on public platforms representing Black women as a whole, Black women are silent, mute, or supportive. And I have to say all, not all, because I know sometimes people be in the comment section, oh, what you mean all? Okay, I'm not saying all, but the majority of women, the amount of women who were in the comments under this post of what Camron said, I do not see it under the post of women doing outrageous things. It's never happening. We don't see it. It's not there. We don't see other women holding women accountable. We don't see it. And I'm doing this also for women to pose themselves this question. Why do you think it's okay to only point the blame at men or focus on when men do the wrong things, but you do not have the same energy for when women do it? In my personal opinion, if you are unable to hold another woman accountable, that means that you are somehow sometimes unable to hold yourself as a woman accountable for the things that you do. And it almost feels like if you hold a woman accountable for the things that she's doing, or if you point out certain wrongdoings that, you know, are not aligning with proper principles, then it's putting you out there for scrutiny, and you don't want to be out there. You don't want to look within. I'll just say it again. I'm not saying what he did on this platform was right, wrong, or indifferent. I just wanted to point out the hypocrisy. Okay? Hypocrisy. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.